Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike back here giving us our week 4 update. Crazy to think we're already into week 4 of marathon training. We're a week away from being a quarter of the way there. So, if you haven't had a chance, I also just posted up the week 3 reflection. So, if you haven't seen that, links up here somewhere. But moving ahead, we had that recovery week last week. We're feeling good. We're feeling fresh. Legs are feeling great. And now we can start moving into another heavier training load. Okay, one thing to think about is each training cycle. So these first 3 weeks were a training cycle. These next 3 weeks will be a training cycle. And we're really focusing in on kind of a key overarching theme, best way to put it. Granted, each session is going to be a little bit different. Each session is going to have slightly different focus on it, but there should be some sort of overarching theme that we're really looking at. Okay, last week, or the last training cycle, we really kind of focused on, hey, let's just get an aerobic base in, let's get some training under our belt, let's get back into the rhythm, and just kind of getting things going. Okay, this week, we're going to shift that just a little bit. We're going to focus, and really kind of my overarching theme for this week and next week is efficiency. And you'll kind of see that with the way that the workouts are set up and how the training is set up over the next, this week and next week. So, all right, let's kind of dive right in. So if we start looking at the training cycle this week, what are we looking at? Well, we've got the traditional Monday, Thursday weight training. Like I said, Alicia's going to be back. We'll get that posted up here soon, talking about what's going on with our training there. But then if we start looking at the running workouts, okay, so Monday, the first key workout of the week is probably our heavier of the 2 workouts, just because it's a holiday, we have more free time to kind of play with. So we're going to look there at the track, we're going to head up and do 6 by 1 kilometer. Take about 2 minutes rest. And these should be at about VO2 max, or what we kind of consider 5K race effort. Okay. And you start looking at that and you're like, well, how does that really affect efficiency? Well, again, we're working on that maximum aerobic power that we can produce, right? The higher we bring the ceiling, the easier that marathon pace is going to feel. So we're kind of working at a little bit of a higher intensity, working on that aerobic efficiency. But at the same time, what I'm really going to focus on is through the second half of that workout, as we're getting fatigued, because this is definitely going to be a tough workout. As we start fatiguing, I'm really, really going to have that focus of mechanical efficiency, paying attention to my mechanics, making sure that as I get tired, I'm not just letting my mechanics fall apart, making sure that I'm staying efficient and everything is working well. Okay, I'm not looking like most people that you would think of as they're finishing out a marathon. Okay, I want to be able to work and look good, not necessarily just look good, but actually have good mechanics and everything as we're moving through, as I'm getting tired, so that later on in the marathon, that as I'm starting to get tired, I still am able to key in on those things and keep that biomechanical efficiency, along with still working out some of that physiological efficiency through that workout. Okay, so that's the big first key workout of the week. We're going to come back Wednesday, and we're going to do hill repeats. Okay, and again, you're like, well, why are we doing such high intensity stuff? Why are we doing hill sprints in the middle of a marathon training block? Well, again, it goes back to mechanical efficiency. Okay, we are really kind of tuning in on some of that neuromuscular facilitation and really getting the body, being able to put down a lot of power very efficiently. And doing hills is probably one of the best ways of doing this. Okay, I personally think that hill repeats is something that everybody, no matter what your fitness level is, what you're training for, like, this is a great workout to implement into your training cycles. Okay, it's great because we may not necessarily be going as fast as we're pushing, but we're still producing a decent amount of power, and we're getting a lot of that neurological engagement to make us more efficient at some of the slower velocities even. Okay, so those are the 2 big workouts of the week. One thing you will notice is we are making a shift on the long run. Okay, so typically the long run is set to be on Saturday. Okay, we've got some stuff going on this weekend. There's some scheduling stuff. And so guess what? We're moving the long run to Sunday. And that's okay. All right. Just because we have a plan and because we have a system in place doesn't mean we can't shift it and adjust it a little bit as needed. All right. We got some stuff going on next week. It'll be kind of fun, exciting to share that with you, but we'll get to that later on. And part of that is the reason that we had to shift the long run to Sunday instead of Saturday. So, all right, this is a short video. I know there's not a whole lot really to dive into that's new. So again, big workouts this week. 1K repeats on the track. Getting on the track is always fun and enjoyable, especially when we're in the big grindy portion of marathon training. We're going to head out, jump on the hills, get some hill repeats in, get that long run in. Oh, sorry, I totally forgot to mention, with that long run, our focus this week is going to be, we're going to extend the distance out a little bit, right? Every week we're going to get a little bit longer. But the really key portion of this, and again, going back to efficiency, is the last 10K of our long run. So we're going to do about 16 miles. First 10 miles, relatively comfortable, under control, not pushing the pace at all. But those last 10 kilometers, last 6 miles of the long run are going to be at marathon effort. Again, going back to that, hey, when we get tired, really feeling like we can press through and hold those mechanics and stay efficient and feel good through those later stages. Because like everybody always says, the first 20 miles is the first half of the marathon. The last 10K, that's the other half. Because that's really where things kind of start falling apart. Because you get tired and you get fatigued and you start falling apart, you become less efficient, you have less fuel, and everything starts spiraling downhill really fast from there. So if we can really focus on that fatigue portion of the race, that can help us through the rest of the things. So, all right, that's all I got for this week. Again, I'll post Alicia's video up later on in the week. But until next time, happy running. Bye.